everyone. Thanks for joining us immediately. We'll get started with Coach Brooks.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you guys being here. Looking forward to the year. Any questions? We got a mic? You're challenging my hearing. I think you said, what? The question was, what are their expectations? I think going into every year we have expectations. A lot of the things that we've done this year going to the season, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the challenges that we have ahead. We have, I want to say, we have 10 new players potentially, 5 guys that played on our team last season. So there's going to be some challenges there. But we've been here now for about 4 weeks now. Guys have been in right after Labor Day, and that's definitely changed. We've never had that before. It was always, maybe a week before. So it's pretty cool to see the change that has been taking place. Our guys are hungry. Our guys are going to be very competitive. My job is to get them better every day. But I like the expectations we have. We want to play hard and play well for one another. We want to win games. We're not going into the season knowing exactly what each player will be or become. Last season we've had a lot of veteran guys, a lot of guys that have been in the league for 8, 9, 10 years. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But I like the group that we have right now. I like the guys, the energy, the vibe, the spirit of the group, and it's going to be pretty fun to coach.
Who do you expect to be limited, and who do you expect to maybe be ready to go that has been nursing an injury?
I mean, you're challenging me right now. We have so many guys, but IT will not practice, and that's already public. John is not practicing. Troy Brown is not practicing. Jan has been nursing some Achilles pain, so he probably will not practice. Nothing serious. Who else do we have? CJ. Thank you. He's not practicing. So we have some challenges ahead right now with just our limited guys during training camp. But the guys that will be practicing are going to give us great energy, and we have a lot to put in, a lot to learn, and we don't have a lot of wizard knowledge right now because of all the new guys, but we have a lot of high character IQ guys. So I think things are going to be moving along pretty good. Well, I think Ted and our ownership group was very patient, restructuring our program. I like the changes that I've seen so far. It's been great. It's been very collaborative. We added a lot of new coaches. But I feel like it's a basketball program. The Mystics are incredible, and they're doing well. The game was amazing yesterday, but we're going to take a couple of his coaches, and we're going to use them for our season in the go-go with Ryan as the head coach. There's going to be it's going to be very integrated, and we're going to use some of his coaches, and vice versa. He's going to use some of our coaches. So there's been a lot of changes, but I like the direction. I like the momentum we're starting off with a lot of new players that are hungry, that want to be here, that want to grow together. And I have some experience in coaching players in this position of their career, and I'm looking forward to it.
Scott, first of all, welcome back.
Thank you.
I feel like a lot of times coaches spend their off seasons really focusing in on some of the things that went on during last season or looking for ways to improve. When you look back at last season, what are some of the things that you felt like you wanted to work on or improve as far as, not only from a X's and O's standpoint, but even from like a cultural and a leadership standpoint?
I think last year was tough on all of us. There's changes that were made that were a direct result of our lack of success last season. We went into the season thinking that we had a really good team, that we can really challenge the best teams. And, unfortunately, we had some tough luck. Dwight Howard missing basically 70-something games, and John was out for over 50 games or 50 games right there. But going into this summer, it was totally changed. I knew that we were going to make a lot of changes, and I was on board with all of them. I know with our players, for whatever reason, that some of the fits or some of the players it didn't fit, and we had good players too, and they're going to have successful years this year with other teams. But we needed to make changes, and I like it. We have. I've always told whoever I coach, I don't coach age, but I understand that we have a lot of young players. But when you play in the NBA, I don't look at how old you are. I look at you sign up to be an NBA player. You have to be a professional, and I think that's the main thing that we're going to try to get accomplished these next few weeks of training camp. We're going to have to teach these guys how to be pros, and by doing that, you got to come to work every day. You got to be together every day. You got to focus on challenging yourself every day, and I think we have that spirit going into this training camp.
Scott, over here. Justin Anderson's kind of a late addition to your training camp roster. What do you know about him? What's his opportunity, and what could he bring to the team? Well,
what I know about him, we've coached against him. He's aggressive. He's feisty on both ends of the floor. I like his experience. I think he's going to get a great opportunity to make our team. There's no givens here. We got a couple of spots that are open that we're going to have a lot of guys challenging. It's going to be a tough decision at the end of this camp to make that decision, but we're going to do it collectively as a group. But Justin I like his athleticism. He's versatile. He can play a lot of different spots and guard a lot of different players. But I'm looking forward to seeing how he competes during our training camp and exhibition season. But he's definitely going to have a chance to make the team.
Scott, are you going into this season mentally preparing yourself that John will not play?
No. I think the plan is we're going to be very patient. And I love what John's doing. He's coming in. He's been here early as well with all of our other guys, and he's putting in work. It's an all-day. It's full-time for him, and he's getting after it every day, and I see the improvements. The incremental gains that we need him to make, he's making. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play this year. There's a good chance that he misses most of the season, if not all the season. But we're going to be very patient with that injury. It's, we've seen some of the history there, and with other guys that have had that injury. So we're just really patient. He's not going to play until he's ready 100%. And he understands that. But what I love about John, he's going to fight us over it, and he's going to challenge us over it. But he knows that we have his best interests, and we're always going to have the athlete's best interests. But I like what he's doing. He's coming in every day and getting his work in, and he's going to help me out. It would be silly on myself and our staff's part not to use his expertise and his experience on the coaching side. He's going to help us coach, and he's going to break down some film with us, and he's going to talk to the players and some of the younger players. He has so much experience and so much knowledge, and he's going to look. I think he's going to really do well at it, and the players are going to respond well to him doing that, because he's not going to play for sure a big part of the first part of the season for sure.
Scott, what do you view Rui's role is being, and do you look at him as a strict four, or do you see an ability to play other positions as well?
Well, I mean, it's obviously unknown, but I'm thoroughly excited about the unknown with Rui. I think he's one thing I love about him. I love that he just wants to come in and work, and he just has the same demeanor every day. You think that, it's like ho hum. I'm here today to get some work in, and I love that attitude. It's like a workman-like attitude, bringing his lunchbox type of mentality. He's definitely going to play a lot of four, but I see him, whether it's early part of the season or some part of the season playing three, and who knows, play small, and he can play the five. You have to put a number on every position, but it's everybody uses the term, but it's a positionless league, and we're no different. I mean, I see him rebounding the basketball and bringing the ball up, initiating the offense, and I like his potential, and I like his work ethic. I like his ability to connect with his teammates, and it's been pretty seamless in the transition so far. Like every young player, he's going to have some ups and downs, and my job and our staff's job is to help him through those times and not let him get too down when he doesn't play as well, not let him get too up when he plays great. But I think he has that already. He just has that feel about his game that I see that's very mature for a guy that is his age.
Coach, do you have an idea of who's going to start right now at 3 and 4, or are you going to just kind of let that play out and see how the injuries progress?
Well, we had really like 3 spots available going into the season. With our point guard, with John being out, Brad will start. I'm sure you guys are well aware of that. The 3 is open. I mean, it's unfortunate that Troy and CJ are out. This was going to be very important for Troy to have a good camp. Unfortunately, he's going to probably miss most of it. But we can't look at as a downer. We have to focus on getting him back and getting him ready to play. But I don't know who's going to start. I mean, Ruiz has obviously opportunities to be that guy, but when you play, you have to earn minutes and you have to earn your starting job, and it's going to be there for him to earn it. I think he has the potential to be a very good player in this league, and I'm looking forward to coaching him. Thomas Bryant, he's probably going to be our starting 5. Probably not only to say probably, he is our starting 5. I like his summer that he has had, and I like his improvement that he has shown this September. So we'll see how he plays. I think he's going to have a great year.
Scott, like you mentioned, 10 new guys on the roster. You've got an influx of first and second year guys. Can you kind of expand on the leadership role you're expecting out of guys like IT? You mentioned John, Bradley Beal, and how much the expectations you have and them helping you kind of lead the herd of new guys and the younger guys especially.
Yeah, when going into this summer, when we identified guys that were going to be free agents that have the potential to come to us, that was a big part of the guys that we sought after. High character, high leadership skills, and also obviously good players. IT fit those descriptions. He's not going to play to start the season, but one thing he brings experience and he brings leadership. He was here last week for no reason. He just had this surgery. He still was in a soft cast, but he was here at 7:30 in the morning. And one of our coaches asked, IT, why are you here so early? He said, I have to set an example for our younger players. And right there, that pays off in a major way. But I think Ish Smith is the same way. That guy has great experience. He's been with, he's played on more teams than I played on. So that in itself is a good example and a good role model for our team, our players that don't have the experience. And then Brad, I can't say enough good things about Brad. He's probably, the top 2 or 3 guards in this league. And that's because of all the work that he has put in. He has improved every year. I could not ask for a better leader that we have. 4 years ago when I took the job, I didn't know that he was going to be this good, and I don't think he was as good as he is now. But he's put a lot of work on his game, and really I think he's one of the best, if top twos in this league, because he plays both ends of the floor.
Coach Brooks, can you speak to, as a head coach, with all the injuries to John and to a couple other guys, and then having Rui on the team, how do you get guys mentally prepared when they may not be playing for a while, or as a rookie they'll have a transitional period where they may have 20, 30 minutes a night, but then go to like 10 or 15? Can you speak to how you get guys mentally prepared? Is it mental reps? Is it visual? Is it just being around? Like, what would it be for you as a coach to get guys mentally prepared?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough having the injuries. I mean, unfortunately, we've had our share the last 2 years. Hopefully we can get it by us in training camp, and we can move on and have a successful, healthy year. But that's part of coaching. You have to be able to prepare as best you can, and then also understand that there's going to be some things that pop up you didn't prepare for. I don't prepare to have injuries. I don't prepare, okay, if this guy's not going to play because I don't do that. I just hope for the best, but I understand that's part of the game. But the group, even the tough years that we've had last year, we didn't make excuses over the injuries, and you lost two really, really good players in most of the season. It's hard to overcome. But with Rui and our younger players, the art of coaching is getting them through the season and getting them to understand that we have to come into work every day regardless of what's around us and or what the circumstances are around us. And I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I can't wait to get in with the group and really be hands-on. The September's hard for head coaches because you get to just watch. You can't really get out there and coach because it's not within the rules. But October is here tomorrow, and we're excited about it. I don't know how good we're going to be, but I know we're going to be scrappy, and we're going to be tough, and we're going to play together. We're going to play hard. We're going to overcome some of our inexperiences early on, I think, with great effort and great team spirit. And hopefully our fans will see that. I think they will, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Scott, can you talk about your early impressions of working with Dean Oliver and what he can bring to the team as far as the basketball analytics standpoint? And then also talk about last year or the past years, like improving on the team's shot profile, really taking the correct shots, but, just not really the ball, not really going in last season. But how do you stay focused as a coach on just trusting the numbers and making sure that you know that you're headed in the right direction, even though the results might not be there?
Well, Tommy Shepard has done a great job of challenging myself and the staff of getting better. I've known Dean for a while. He's obviously known Dean as well. Dean's basically the godfather of analytics, and he's going to help. He's going to help in many ways, and not just for our coaches, but our players. I think NBA players in general now are really aware of the analytics. And you have to be smart with it. You can't, because you can get carried away with a lot of the stuff that's out there, and a lot of times it become overwhelming. We want all of our players to play with the instincts, but we want them to be aware of how to play and how we can play better. But I love the fact that Dean is with me and we can improve. And, we want to play a certain way. We have a system in place. We want to still be one of the best passing teams, and we've been able to do that. We've changed the way we played. We didn't have John for the last 2 years for the entire season. Missed 40 and missed 50 last game, and even last year, the 30 that he played, he wasn't healthy in a lot of them. So it wasn't as John-centric as it has been. Brad has really stepped up. I think Brad can be a 7 6 or 7 assist guy this year. Last year, he 5. 5 rebounds and 5 assists, 25 points. Those are historical numbers. I think he can even take it to another level of on the assist side of the ball. But I think we're going to have to play well together, and we're going to have to learn a lot together. And there's a lot to go over. But we have a group of guys that want to get better. Just like I said, they've been here for 4 weeks now. I've never seen that with our group before, and that's says a lot about our building. We want to come here, and we have a great place to call home, and this has been great for us.
Coach, do you have an updated timeline on CJ? Obviously, he's been out for the past. He's going to be back in a week or months?
No, I mean, it's not a week. It's not probably 2 weeks. It's going to be some time. I don't know how long. I just know that he's looking good. He's definitely the world's greatest shooter with a boot on, and he was knocking shots down. I'm like, how are you doing this? And then he transitioned to without the boot, and he's still knocking shots down. And he's been able to knock shots down his entire career. So we're looking forward to him coming in to helping us spread the floor out, because you have him and DB Bertans on the floor at the same time. It's pretty powerful from the 3-point line with Brad and Ish being able to create for a lot of players. But we got to get everybody back to healthy, and Troy's going to be back in no time. But get our group back and move the group together is going to be a challenge for myself and my staff. But I like the players that we're working with, and we're excited about that challenge together. All right, everybody. Thank you.